Hi, it's Sean, the Fluency Awesomeizer. In this video, I'm going to spend a few minutes helping you decode words, and I want to give you some spelling tips to carry around up here and use when you need them. I've got 3 words I want to look at today, so let's get ready. I want you to read these right out loud to whoever you're there with. And I want you to also hit pause if you think you need to give yourself plenty of time. I'm going to get out of the way. This first word's pretty long. You ready? What's this word? How about this word? And this word? Ooh, those are 2 words. All right. I can imagine this is a pretty good challenge. These words are so similar and they've got to be easily confused for you. The top word is persevering. In the middle is preserving. Down below is per-serving. All right, I want to compare these words first, show you how you may get them confused. First, I want to compare persevering with preserving. They have a lot of the same letters. Look at that. P-R-S, there's a V and R in the middle. They end with ing. So let's focus on one part at a time. Look at the beginning. See the P, R, and S? There's an E before the R up top. That makes the R-controlled sound So up top it looks like purse. But that E comes after the R down below. You may have done this, but I can tell you it's very common and it's easy to do to reverse the letter R in words like persevering. All right. So up top it says purse, down below press. And again, so common to confuse those two. Looking in the middle, after that S, I've got a V and then again the R-controlled ER sound up top. Down below, the V comes after the ER. There's another situation where your brain may, especially with a long word like persevering and the fact that it's in the middle now, your brain may, it's so easy to do to reverse a letter or two. And that's why up top where it says sever could turn into serve. So sever versus serve, all right? Another R reversal. At the end, they both end with ing, but up top it's ring. Down below it's ving. All right, so that's a comparison of letters and how they may move around and you could misread them. Now I want to look at the root words. The root of persevering is an old Latin word, perseverus, perseverus even. And in Latin, that means, well, the per means thoroughly or very. Severus means strict. So for this odd Latin word, I want you to think about a drill sergeant, all right? Now, you're probably too young to have been in the military by now. Maybe someone in your family has. But you might have seen a drill sergeant in a cartoon or a movie, and they're very strict. Wake up, go to bed, put that down, pick that up, up, let's go, up two, drop it, give me 20. Very strict, all right? That was the original meaning of perseverus. Now, over time, it became a French word, perseverer. And in French, that word meant, and still means, persist, endure, keep going. So, we now have the word in English, persevere. That's where it comes from. Persevere means persist or endure or keep going. I want you to think of the drill sergeant again. Instead of being very strict, now I want you to think about you in basic training, and the drill sergeant wants you to drop and give him 20. Hup, 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 hup. And then you, I'm going to come back on stream, you might be like, 16, 17. You got to keep going. That drill sergeant wants you, you better make it to 20. Hup, hup, hup. And you finally do 20. You persevered, you kept going, right? So that's what persevere means. Now we're going to drop that E and add an ing. We're going to make the verb, I'm in the way again. Let me do that again. We're going to drop the E, add an ing to make the verb persevering. You've heard of the saying, when the going gets tough, the tough quit. No, that's not the saying. When the going gets tough, the tough get going, all right? That was said by my old friend, Billy Ocean. And that's what persevering is all about. The tough get going. You got to keep going. You persevere all the time, especially at school. Now, the root of preserving is also an old Latin word, preservare. And in Latin, that word meant, well, the pre means before. A lot of words start with pre, like preschool. And servare means keep safe or protect in Latin. So preservare means keep safe or guard beforehand. And it also means maintain in its original form. Now, to make sense of those, first I want you to see that's where preserve comes from. And preserve is a noun and a verb also. So I want you to first think of a preserve as a nature preserve. I Googled nature preserves near me, and this is the map that came up. There are nature preserves all around my area where I live. And each of them is an area that the state decided to protect before people moved in and started building houses on them. So that meaning of preserve, meaning to protect beforehand. So nature preserve is protected land before anyone could come in and build houses and create neighborhoods. It's protected, and it's also to preserve the nature, the wildlife, and the things that grow there. All right, preserve, drop the E and add an ing. You've got the verb preserving. And preserving is a word people use a lot when they're talking about canning food. All right, they call it canning, but curiously, they always put it in jars. I don't know why they don't call it jarring food. But preserving food in jars is one way you use the word preserving. And these are all, that picture is full of food. You can store it in your pantry. You don't have to put it in the refrigerator. It's going to be in its original form. If you open up a year from now, it's going to be in its original form. So that's where preserving comes from. Now I'm going to compare persevering with perserving. A lot of the same letters. The beginning and the ending are exactly the same. Let's look at the middle. After the S, like we went over, V, ER. And again, this V and ER, if you looked at persevering and said perserving, or thought it anyway, you reversed the R. And I can't say it enough. That is one of the most common reading mistakes as far as a miscue that young readers make. That R is very tricky, especially in the middle or an end of a word. So you've got severing, looks like severing, and serving. Now, a quick look at the syllables of these words. The red is the stressed syllable, persevering, 4-syllable word, preserving. Now that S kind of sounds like a Z, doesn't it? Preserving. So keep that in mind when you're spelling. You remember the root of that word. And down below, perserving. The middle and the last word are 3-syllable words. Persevering, 4-syllable word. You have to be more responsible to get all 4 of those syllables. All right, let's put these words aside. I want to wrap up here with some extra reading practice. Get ready to hit pause. Read this phrase right out loud. Hit pause. All right, that's going to do it for today. Subscribe to my YouTube channel where you can find videos just like this. There's more and more as the days go by, and I'm trying to help young readers 2nd through 6th grade and even beyond, even before if you're ready and willing. But I try to help them decode big words and give you lots and lots of spelling tips too. Mom or Dad, you can follow me on Facebook at the Fluency Awesomizer, where in my photos I have over 200, probably 250 fluency exercises just like these. Read them 1 at a time or 2 at a time. It's just a few minutes of great practice. Keep you busy through the summer and through this quarantine. All right, I hope you enjoyed the video. Come back and see me soon at the Fluency Awesomizer. Bye.